Wait a second. There's been a miscalculation. Everything's gone wrong.
Could this be the
disaster.
cosmic brain play?
There is no cosmic brain going on here. This is just a good old-fashioned heck.
Does anyone know Shacktul's drop table?
According to chat... Oh, chat didn't say anything. So, forget the chat. They didn't help us. Now, Toasty, I think these guys drop power bombs. These, booger guys, the Poyos. I don't think Shactul does, though. I really don't. Okay, he got a power bomb. Everything's fine. Apparently Shactul is a 2% power bomb drop. Luckily the Puyos are much more than 2%, so he had to wait a little bit. Not exactly ideal, but Toasty does get the power bomb he so desired. And now he is on his way to the fabled spring ball. As he gives the Shactul a little bit of tickle action. And Tracie finishes off Fantoon, meanwhile. Luckily, no power bombs required, so we didn't have any more shenanigans, although she's got plenty of every ammo since she refilled before entering the ship. And there is the spring ball. The undead became undead. Well put. Toasty just needs to make it to the toilet bowl and then from there to the elevator, and he is going to be finished. Meanwhile, Tracie actually did not pick up the right side super missiles. I wonder if she's going to do that. Ooh, Toasty, if he didn't have an extra super there, that would have been not good. Because his ammo is not great, as we just saw from the power bomb shenanigans earlier. Meanwhile, Tracie is going to be picking up the right side super missiles at Wreck Ship.
She has to clear the ship, so...
Oh, right. Either way, that will bring her total up to 30. Did she get the missile? The missile you can get while the wreck ship's still off?
I was watching Toasty, I think.
I was also watching Toasty. It doesn't look like it, because I think it's right above the... super missile on the map, so she has to do that now. Anyways,
maybe saving first.
Either way, Toasty has done. He has made it to the elevator and finished with an official SRL time of 48 minutes and 59 seconds. GG. Okay, Tracie remembered. She's taking a lot of damage. These spike platforms will do a lot. Tracie should go for a Crystal Flash here. Actually. Just take some damage from the guys. And then do a Crystal Flash. Doesn't look like she's doing that, though. She's just farming up health. Tracie might also just be planning on getting the wreck ship E-Tank after getting gravity. And meanwhile, we've got the man of the hour, Toasty Muffins. Is that who joined? It is who joined. So, Toasty, first question I gotta ask you: how much are you gonna pay me for telling you how to route that dab card?
Yeah. You know, I'll follow your channel. Maybe.
All right, that's good enough for me.
There was some bad advice thrown in there. I'll say that.
I didn't say we had all good advice.
But I appreciate it. It's kind of a double-edged sword. I mean, I was obviously listening, but it's distracting. But then you kind of get covered if you miss something, blatantly miss something like that. I don't know. I think the jury's out on whether it's a good idea to listen at the same time.
I'm just glad we didn't see anybody lose because they forgot a certain item. Anyway, so how are you feeling about the row, or I guess the column you were given, and then you decided to pair with it? What was your logic behind that?
Yeah, I was first of all, yeah, the row was pretty rough. It does kind of go over from screw attack to string ball, and then the collect 60 Brinstar missiles is definitely a big tile and sink, so 80 tanks also costing some time. But yeah, I was originally going to go for row 3, and then I realized that like column 3 is basically row 3, except I don't have to get the wreck ship missiles. Because it was like, yeah, I already had grapple beam and it skipped Spazer and have to get spring ball. I already had the Brinster E-Tank. It was like I already did everything in that tile. So
you just had to get to the elevator.
Yeah, basically just had to go to the elevator after spring ball. So yeah, I think it was good. I definitely had some mistakes. I forgot stuff and had some routing issues. I think I would have, if I could do that again, I would have done the Brinstar, all the Brinstar missiles before going to the ship and then going to Forgotten Highway, probably.
I think I said that, and
yeah.
I don't know if you were thinking about that before I said it, but you know, nothing personal.
No, it was good, but yeah, it was a pretty nasty board, like 11 E-tanks there. Fully explored wreck ship is bad.
Yeah, you know, I'm really surprised nobody picked column 4.
Yeah, that was my second choice. I mean, it was between that one but I figured that the 4 Norfair E-tanks is deceptively hard. It required Ridley, you know, Crocomire, and whatever the other fair one is.
High jump and Firefly.
Oh yeah, and Firefly too. So you have to not only go to Ridley, Firefly. I guess that's pretty much on the way.
Yeah, Firefly isn't that out of the way, but you know.
Yeah, and so it's like basically Ridley and Crocomire combined in one tile, and fully explored wreck ship. That was one thing. If you remember way back in our first race, the dab, I had that tile, and I remembered how difficult and time-consuming it was.
Oh right, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I remember playing a lot of Super Mario World since you died halfway through. But
yeah, I did die. But yeah, the column 4 would have been nasty. 11 E-tanks without high jump boots. Ugh. It's just so much
and X-ray.
Yeah. And yeah, getting X-ray without grapple, you'd have to bomb jump or something up there.
I mean, you could do the 90% glitched, I guess.
Yeah, you could do
for the people crazy enough to do that.
Tricky stuff.
And Ponk.
Spike suit or something.
But yeah, I've been trash talking you, but you did good. I was thoroughly impressed.
Well, no, thanks, and thanks for commentating very much, and thank you to Didmook, who has been in and out. But
He was doing commentary from work, so I understand and respect that he was a little bit busy.
Yeah, that's dedication. Definitely appreciate that. It's awesome.
Shoutouts to Tracey, by the way, getting through Spiking Room of Death without taking any damage.
Yeah, on low health too. That's definitely spooky.
It was a little bit spooky. I was sufficiently spooked.
Yeah.
But everything's fine.
And here's one of those things where it's like you have to jump down on these spikes, get all those tiles.
Yep, luckily she did get the E-Tank, so that makes it less spooky. Yeah, I think she's doing TLBR.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask if we had any guesses.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out if she was doing TLBR or row 1. And it looks like TLBR if she's picking up this elevator. Could also technically be... No, well, no, it can't be row 3. Never mind.
Yeah, definitely props to Tracey. Like, she's an awesome competitor. She works really hard, and she does a ton of work for the other tournaments, the Randomizer League. It's just a huge part of this community, so she's really cool, and it was a privilege to race her on this nasty board. So, yeah, I didn't even notice, but 20 minutes in, how column 3 was so nice with that. So, column 2.
Well, moving on to your next race, you will be facing Asher, actually. So, gonna be pretty tough race, I would imagine. I don't know. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, not so good, Derp. Gonna be honest. It's gonna be really difficult. I'll definitely have to play better than I've been playing. Probably just it's so hard to think about the route while you're playing the game. It's so difficult, so distracted. I'm just staring at the card while like trying to play for the first like 20 minutes, figuring out what I'm doing. I've definitely made routing mistakes in every race so far, so I just can't afford that. I really have to go for it. Play very smart. Yeah, Azur's very good. There's so many good people in this bracket, the loser bracket here. It's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of really good runners have already been put in the losers bracket. But yeah, you've had a good run so far. Maybe we'll see if it'll continue whenever that race gets scheduled. Or actually kind of behind on scheduling races because there are a lot that still need to be scheduled, but that's not my business. I mean, I guess it is partially because I have a race I need to schedule, but
Yeah, exactly. I think Esther makes a good point that it's totally randomly seeded, so yeah, you had crazy matchups in the very first round. Guaranteed bonkers loser bracket.
Yeah, you look at someone like Beefy, who gets to play Cutie in the first round of the losers bracket. And Cutie, he's above average at the game.
Yeah, to say the least. Yeah. Yeah, it's there's so many fantastic matchups. Really fun tournament. So yeah, thanks again, Dirk, for commentating this one.
Yeah. Actually, looking at Beefy, his first race was against Sloters, so he really may have gotten the short end of the stick there.
It's a little bit, yeah. Just two like low 43 runners or no.
Well, no, they both have 42s.
Oh, they
Yeah.
do? Oh, jeez, yeah.
Yeah, Cutie's like 5 seconds away from a bopping cop power.
Oh,
I don't know if he's still trying to, but
the 5th place time.
yeah, get that top 5. He's pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the fun thing still though is it really can go either way. I mean, there's so many mistakes and possible things. Not even counting dying on you know. There's just routing errors and missing things and picking an easier column for your opponent. Or, you know, there's just so many things. So it's very fun to see the decision making and yeah, it's a lot of. Really do think anybody can take this tournament. You know.
Yeah, well, we see people like Rumblemans upsetting. I guess I don't know if I should be saying upsetting, but beating a lot of runners that many people didn't expect him.
Sweetenham?
Yeah, he just beat Sweetenham.
Yeah.
I already talked about him beating QD earlier.
Exactly, and yeah, it's hard to exactly. I think so, but yes, I mean Sweetenham did beat it. Azure, if I recall, and then yeah, the best runners, and yeah, to being Rumble. So yeah, it's cool.
Azure does bring up a good point. We can't really say upsets because Dab is so much different from like just people who are good at any percent and then people who are good at rando. We've seen both of those kinds of people not do well in the Dab tournament so far, so it's really hard to say who's the best.
Yeah, I think
if that makes sense.
Personally, I think I find randomizer a little bit easier because you get to make one decision at a time. So you get to say, okay, if this item is here, then I'll do this. Whereas this one, it's like, you got to decide so many things in such a short period of time to have an optimal, make sure, you know, you can focus on your gameplay and have an optimal routing. It's hard. It's very hard for anybody.
It is not easy.
Yeah. At least that's kind of how I approach a randomizer setting. It's like, if this is here, I'll do this. Kind of take it piece by piece. So, yeah, the first 10 minutes of these dabs are just really stressful and very difficult. But a lot of fun. It's a fun challenge. It's always a good challenge.
Yeah, we will see how that race against Astor goes for you. I wish you the best of luck, of course.
Well, thank you. What is your next matchup? I know you moved up. Or are you waiting an opponent?
I believe I will be racing Cross Product. I haven't talked about scheduling because my schedule may change in the near future.
Okay.
For personal reasons. But I am looking forward to that. I think Cross Product is a pretty scary dude. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, that cat's a bad dude. Yeah. Alright, well, thanks again, Derp. I'm gonna hop off, and yeah, of course, best of luck. Good luck to Tracie. Hope she can finish out.
Yeah, she's pretty close. So.
Yeah.
We're all wishing her luck.
Good luck to Tracie. Knock it out.
Alright, well, speaking of Tracie, since we last left off, she has picked up all her Brimstar missiles going to Kraid and picked up the Ice Beam and is now currently attempting the gravity jump, unfortunately having a bit of trouble getting onto the ledge. It's a pretty tricky wall jump because you're jumping out of water physics, so it's kind of awkward if you aren't used to it. But there, Tracie made it all the way up without needing to do the wall jump. That is ideal. And now she is on to Lower Norfair. She just needs to pick up the Firefleet E-Tank and then fight Ridley and claim his E-Tank. And that will be the end. We'll see if she wants to pick up any more safety items, like a screw attack. It is I would argue, a good option since she has a lot of super missiles. We'll see if she wants to. Nope, does not look like it. Not really necessary with all the energy she has, especially since she knows she's going to get another energy at the Firefleet E-Tank. Because, as it turns out, this is not randomized. Tracie looks to just be taking this worst room in the game safely. With no screw attack or space jump. This room can be pretty tricky. Or plasma beam. Plasma beam also makes getting through this first bit of the room much easier. So she's just going to use charge shots, take out all the pirates, and then wall jump her way up. Just taking things nice and safe. And she is going to be... This wall jump's a bit tricky. She's going to be through. Sorry about that. Tracie finishing off the worst room in the game. Now just making her way through the cathedral. I believe this is not the cathedral. This is the amphitheater. Cathedral is up in Upper Norfair. It's the room in the Heck runs with the missile that many people had the misfortune of being their first power bomb in the randomizer league. Is the Volti Theater? I can't tell if you're memeing. I mean, I know you're memeing, but I can't tell how much you're memeing. Meanwhile, Toasty giving us a run through of all of his journeys through Zebus, or Zebus, whichever you subscribe to. Even gonna show off the death animation for us, just for the memes. Accidentally died, XD. Meanwhile, Tracie has picked up the Firefleet E-Tank, is on her final save before Ridley. Of course, she does have 30 super missiles, so she's got plenty of missiles to back that up, but does want to take as much safety as she can, just to be safe. as we have made it to the final stretch here. I guess you could argue all of Lower Norfair is the final stretch, but now it's the final stretch. The finale of the finale, if you will. Just gonna take out these metal pirates with super missiles. Hopefully she gets most of them back, which she does. She is gonna need to farm a little bit, but not too much. Tracie is going to be turning off the ice beam just to make farming a little bit easier. Only needs to shoot these bugs once instead of twice. Unfortunately, she did not pick up the grapple beam. May have been considering row 1 and so did not want to pick up the grapple beam. Also, may have considered she just didn't need it, but it would be a little bit helpful here. Speed up the farming just a tiny bit. But she does have full everything, and now she is on to the fight. Alright, no missed super so far. Luckily, with all the backup ammo, plus charge beam, plus all the energy Tracie has, she shouldn't be in a real danger here. Missed one super there, gonna need a few missiles to back that up. Of course, like I said multiple times, she's got more than a few. Now for the prize of killing Ridley. The Ridley E-Tank, and that makes 11 E-Tanks and all 4 Norfair E-Tanks. And with that, Tracie is finished with an official time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 12 seconds. We'll see if she wants to come in for an interview. So while we wait on that, we can talk about the upcoming double anti-bingo tournament races. The next one is going to be on Monday, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern. It is going to be White Mage Becky versus Canadian Owl. Then after that, we have more races. Not sure when. We got one on Wednesday at 7 Eastern, Easy Danger versus Paper Tiger. And then, of course, we've got a lot of races that still have yet to be scheduled. It is very possible that some of those get scheduled between now and Wednesday. Hopefully, because, like I said, there's a lot of them. But, yeah. If you want some more double anti-bingo action, there is going to be some coming up at potentially unknown times. And we have Tracie here for an interview. So, Gigi, how you feeling about that
I wish I'd given him row 2. Or sorry, column. Yeah, the same. Well, yeah, row 2. I picked column 2 because I said, oh, he has to go everywhere. But I always forget screw attack is just a dip down in and right back out. So, probably would have still lost. But the only thing I actually really like the way I routed that. The only mistake I made was I should have picked Ice Beam. Picked up Ice Beam the first time. That would save me some time picking up, in particular, the Criteria Supers. But otherwise, yeah, I felt pretty good.
Well, that's good. Is there any specific logic behind doing TLBR? Anything you want to...
So I was going to do column 1, and I was going to skip the Wave Beam, and I was going to get the Norfair Super. And then I said, fighting GT with P-Shooter or P-Shooter Ice Beam was not going to be fun. Nor was it going to be fun to have to get the Supers and have to get the Grapple Beam to do it that way. And I just didn't want to do that. So I decided to go ahead and pick up that Wave Beam and the Charge Beam, so at least I have some sort of a gun there. So at that point I said, well, I can full clear the wrecked ship and then take the Forgotten Highway down to Norfair and finish up there that way. I'm like, but wait a minute, I still need to get all those Brinstar missiles. So I figured if I backtrack through Brinstar before wrecked ship, then I could go straight to that Criteria Meridia elevator, head down to Norfair, pick up the things I didn't pick up. And yeah, and the other mistake was forgetting to get those spooky missiles before fighting Fantoon. That was a big one.
Yeah, we have actually seen Toasty take a death there in a past tournament. But,
yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was hoping for. I mean, no offense, Toasty, but I figured the way I was going to win this one was for you to make a big mistake somewhere. And I knew that's possible because we've seen it happen. Especially with he doesn't like. I know Toasty does not like to save, so I knew that was a possibility. But I gave him AD tanks and screw attack. That makes it hard to die. So that's the other reason why row 2 was a better choice.
Yep, not gonna lie, Toasty did forget a couple items and may or may not have remembered them because he was listening to the commentary.
Uh-oh.
But,
well, hey, I won my first race. It got my last Brinstar missile because I figured out what I was missing based on comments in chat. So I can't listen at the same time as playing, but I can have the restream up on a separate monitor and check it out every once in a while. So, but this time I knew I had all 16. I was looking for that to be marked. I'm like, okay, wait, there's a delay, so it's not gonna be marked right away. No, Spaghetti. That my plan was. She's asking about missing those Kraid missiles. My plan all along was to get the Kraid missiles on my way back down. I probably should have done. I mean, the map station, the Kraid missiles, the Ice Beam. It doesn't really make a huge difference which way when you get them. The Ice Beam just would have helped in a few other extra places. So the other two just didn't matter. The only thing was just remembering to do it. But no, the plan all along was to hit it on the way down.
Yeah, I think I commented. I was kind of surprised that neither of you went up to up Red Tower just to get alpha PBs and alpha missiles. I was kind of expecting.
Yeah, that would have been a thought.
Would have expected that, but either way, your route worked out. So
yeah, I mean it's not a bad idea. I mean it would have saved me a bit of a backtrack down Red Tower, on my way to the wreck ship. But I don't know which is faster. I don't know. I'm not really good at getting up that Red Tower without power bombs or shooting the rippers or ice beams. So I can do it. I've never done it in a run though, so it's one of those things I'm working on.
It is definitely a tougher trick to do. So don't blame you there.
Yeah, but we'll get there.
And so, unfortunately, with that, I believe you are.
I am done.
I believe that is your last race in the.
I am done. I mean, technically, I'm 2-2, but it's kind of hard to count the forfeit win over Nevdi. So, 1-2. I mean, it's better than I really expected. I kind of thought I'd get a win, but I didn't think I'd get the win I got. So I was really happy with that. So I can't complain. So yeah, it worked out really well. I had a lot of fun. I'll be able to do more commentary. That's the thing I enjoy the most. So I'll get to watch all you guys run around and do weird things, and Just out of curiosity, at so when you were watching, did you kind of see what I was doing on the Brinstar before Wreck Ship? I'm just curious. Or was
what
it
do you
like what?
mean?
Well, when I went back, normally most people would go up to the Wreck Ship first instead of clearing out Brinstar. I'm just curious if there was a moment of what is she doing, or if it's just, or if it was like, oh, just clearing up Brinstar first. I'll watch back too, so I'll be able to see. But
I think so. I forget if it was you or Toasty. Mookie was unfortunately had to go do some stuff for work, so I did a lot of that solo. But I know it was either you or Toasty that I was saying should have done the CFP route up to Wreck Ship, which I think you kind of did. Or no, because you went back for Blue Brinstar and then went up to get Criteria Super.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is basically on the way, except having that ice beam would help there.
I figured you were doing that to get the super missile for the Ridley fight. So
I
knew what you were doing.
Yeah, I wasn't fancying a 100 shot Ridley fight with the charge wave combination there, since I couldn't pick up Spazer, and I was trying my darndest to avoid as much of Meridia as I could possibly. So, and that column 1 and the diagonal were pretty much the ones that did that.
Well, you have any final thoughts on that race or the tournament in general?
Yeah, well, not much more on the race, but in the tournament, thank you to the organizers for setting this up and letting us all in. Having had a great time. Thank you to SpeedGaming for hosting and all that good stuff. And thanks, guys. Thanks to you and Mookie for doing the commentary. I know it was pretty last minute for you guys, so I really appreciate that. I know it's hard to do it last minute sometimes. It happens to me when I come in last minute. So, and looking forward to commentating more races. Hope people come and enjoy that, and a lot more races to come, and a lot more races to get scheduled. So, really looking forward to watching the rest of this tournament and see how it all unfolds. I think you have a shot at this thing too. So, you never know. A lot of good runners still out there.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that is gonna do it for us. So be sure to send a follow to our lovely runners, Toasty, Muffins, and Tracie, and all the people working behind the scenes. Me and I guess commentary isn't really behind the scenes, but it's not part of the race. It's me and Mookie. Unfortunately, Mookie was a bit busy, so he wasn't able to be super active, but he still was a valuable part of the commentary nonetheless. And then, of course, Link Force and Spaghetti Toast Book for doing the tracking on the
let me second that, because Link Force and Spaghetti Toast Book have come in and done tracking for a lot of races, and that's super important. When I do commentary, it's really good to know I have someone there to make sure that everything is marked off. So those guys and gals are invaluable.
Yep, shout out to all those fellows, and then of course the SpeedGaming staff for letting us do the tournament in the first place. And I think that's gonna do it for us. So be sure to check out the next episode of the DAB tournament on Monday at 9 Eastern. As of now, could be another race before then, but it's not scheduled yet, so who knows.